Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition to Live Wire Sports Media. So, when it comes to talking about point guards, greatest assist leaders, greatest passers, point guards or guards in general are defined in so many different ways. Now, I found an intriguing article by the New York Post, and this was out to, shout out to Ken Swift. He put this out I believe yesterday, and they nicknamed Caitlin Clark the point goddess. Now, I remember I did a video a while back during the Unravel beginning, and Lisa Leslie was constantly on Unravel Media, keep calling Chelsea Gray the point guard, the point guard. They kept stressing the point guard, the point guard. You had Olivia Miles there. It was like, hey, I want to be there because I look up to Chelsea Gray because of she passed. But and this is where you do not young generation do not seem to do the history when it comes to passing ability or just pure point guard ability. And a point guard is more like the quarterback of the team. He has to get the plays out. He has to get everybody in position and make sure everybody's getting fed, even themselves. And a lot of us technically, had a little issue about naming Chelsea Gray the point guard when we feel Caitlin Clark is the point guard. Now, there's been a lot of different guards that's passing ability is pretty good. And then, there's Tisha Penachero, there's Sue Bird, there's Kim Parrott, there's Teresa Witherspoon. There's a lot of different ones in the that came across the WNBA. But now it seems like they're trying to anoint Chelsea Gray as the point guard of the league, saying that she's the best point guard. Now, I did a breakdown before about her career. She's not really a point guard. She's not really passing like that. Now, she led the league in assists once or twice, but if you look at her career average, it's way below. It's not even. It's under 10. It's under 6. So where Caitlin Clark, when you look at her first year, she was averaging 8.4. She set a single season record of 19 assists. She broke Alyssa Thomas' record. Then went on to broke Tisha Penachero's record of 317. Then she led the league in assists last year. Behind her, Alyssa Thomas. Behind Alyssa Thomas was Natasha Cloud. And then there was Skylar Diggins, and then there was Sabrina Ionescu. But the fact of the matter is that I like the way the New York Post put it, the point goddess, because it resonates more of a female strength. Point guard, you know, they named Chris Paul that in the NBA, which I don't think he's the point guard either, because you can't, he's not better than Jason Kidd. He wasn't better than John Stockton. He wasn't better than Mark Price. He wasn't better than um, Jason Williams, the white Jason Williams, the one they call white chocolate. He wasn't better than him. So, I mean, yeah, he was a good point guard, but to me, and it's more than just flashy ability. Yeah, Caitlin Clark had some highlights this past season of her passing ability, but it's how she get the ball to her players. It's not all about the fancy passes. It's how she gets it there, how she could see and get it past, not just always throwing behind the back and making the trick plays and making it look cool for the camera and all of that. That's fine. But how you get your teammates involved is how you assist. How your assist leads to points. How your points lead to more opportunities for your players to have better field goal percentage. That's what I'm talking about. So let's take a look at the New York Post article real quick. So the New York Post article say, while a lot of ink has been spilled about Clark and the rest of the Fever roster is currently notable. This season, the point guardess will join in the starting lineup by center and fellow number one pick Aaliyah Boston, shooting guard Kelsey Mitchell, and forwards DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard. Now, in 2024, Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark led the team with 19.2 points a game. Also noted, Aaliyah Boston averaged 8.9 rebounds a game with 1.2 blocks a game. And new head coach in Indiana 1995 Miss Basketball, Stephanie White, comes to the Fever from Connecticut. In her 2 seasons with the Sun, the club advanced to the playoff both years, but lost in the semifinals both times. Now, that is fitting and noting for Caitlin Clark, giving her the title point guardess. Me personally, I will use that this season because I don't want to, they could keep that for Chelsea Gray. They could keep that for her. Caitlin Clark has her own identity. I think point guardess is fitting for her. Now, like I said before, if you, a lot of us probably haven't seen Caitlin Clark do damage when it came to her passing ability because so many people, quote unquote, always focus on her shooting ability, her 3-point ability. But make no mistake, Caitlin Clark led Iowa and led the nation in assists 2 years. I think it's 3 years. So, but nevertheless, and went on to break the assist record in college, and also went on to break the scoring record. To me, that is a true fashion of a point guard that could get others involved and still able to get their points at the same time. And yeah, people gonna say, "Well, Chelsea Gray was injured when you." Oh, okay, that's not my fault. But at the same time, if she's that, let's see what she does. Now, if she was getting off and on Rival, and they was getting all hyped for that. Me personally, 3-on-3, I ain't getting hyped for that. Let me see some of that in the 5-on-5. She even got a spot being injured for the on the Olympics when she shouldn't even been there. So we already know what that about, but we're not going to even dig deep into that again. So I'm going to show you some of the highlights of Caitlin, and this is against the Dallas Wings. I'm not going to show too much, but I'm just going to give y'all an idea what I'm talking about. I think that was one of my favorite plays right there when she did that behind the back behind for Nelissa Smith. I'm not gonna lie, Melissa Smith was a recipient of a few of Caitlin Clark's passes this past season. If you notice how many people are so focused on Clark, they be leaving others open. Lucky Aaliyah made that 3-point shot. Just simple passes like that makes it so fitting. Look at her. And then, and I love how they be looking for her passes, keeping their head in front, because everybody's so focused on Caitlin Clark. You can't leave Pistol Mitchell open. But there you have it. That's just some of her passing ability. But there's been a whole lot from the season. Her throwing cross court passes to Tammy Finley. You know, her on the break, she throw a bounce pass half court to Tammy Finley. She throw one to Erica Wheeler when she is and Erica Wheeler assisted on the alley oop layup to Kelsey Mitchell. So there's so many different facets of Caitlin Clark's game, and that's why I keep trying to explain to y'all that you cannot knock her game at all because Caitlin Clark has the total package in everything that she does. Yeah, we already know she was a rookie coming in. Yeah, we already know that she's going to get better. Yeah, we already know that she got adjusted to the league. Now she know what these ladies about in the league, and she's the young one getting better while they are the old ones getting slower. You understand what I'm saying? Let me say that again for y'all. She is the young one getting better, and they're the old ones getting slower. That means she's going to pass them, dog them out, make them look crazy. And I'm gonna put this out there because I believe some people gonna say when she do win her first title, she gonna say, well, the league, there was older players on the league. She didn't have no competition, all of that stuff. All of that's gonna come. I already expect it, but nonetheless, it don't matter who it is. It could be Paige Beckers, it could be Haley Van Lit, it could be Asia Wilson, it could be Angel Reese, it could be a Ricky Gumawale. I don't care who it is. Caitlin Clark's gonna bust their behind. She's gonna bust their behind. Because the fact of the matter is, some of them players in the league, they only think one way. They don't think to evolve. They think just scoring and getting points and posting up stats. They're not concentrating on winning the big prize. Some of them, they know they can't, so they got to stack teams to do that. But they building this team. And for them to say this is a stacked team, they just built the team for what the Fever really needed. It's not a stacked team, really. You just got complementing pieces that could get the job done. That's it. But nonetheless, let me know what you think about the New York Post naming Caitlin Clark the point goddess. Like I said, I love it. I feel it. I think we could roll with it all the way through the season. Um, the point goddess against the point god, I guess we're gonna see that matchup, which I already know that Caitlin Clark is gonna come out dominant because every you think about this, Caitlin Clark gonna face a lot of teams that is gonna come after her, but she's gonna rise to the occasion. I think this year the Fever's going to take it to the Aces. They're going to beat them. I think they're going to take it to the New York Liberty. I think they're going to take it to the Minnesota Lynx. I think she's going to dominate. The Fever's going to dominate the Dallas Wings matchup. Definitely going the Chicago Sky matchup. Will these teams get a win over them? Yeah, they probably will. But make no mistake, the Indiana Fever is a team of destiny. And I don't see anything stopping them. I don't even see anything stopping Caitlin Clark. And with that being said, this is Live Wire Sports Media. Until the next episode, let's roll.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.